So now we move on to area of triangles. How do triangles compare to rectangles? In other words, how many triangles can you fit in one rectangle? Do you agree that you can fit 2 triangles in one rectangle or one parallelogram? So hence the formula for area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Base times height divided by 2. Or you'll hear me say a lot, in a triangle we divide by 2. And just like we've always had, base and height have to make a 90-degree angle. And you've learned this since elementary school. Base and height have to make a 90-degree angle. So here, I'm just going to skip right down to the problems, right? So find the area of each triangle. Base, height. 7 times 3 divided by 2 is equal to 10.5 centimeters squared. Area, square area. 18 times 6 divided by 2. Now, if you don't have a calculator, you can just do like the 6 divided by 2 is 18 times 3, which is easier to do, is 54 feet squared. You don't even have to have it in that order, like 15 times 10 divided by 2 would be 15 times 5 or 75 meters squared. So those first 3 are pretty straightforward. Then it's going to get a little bit harder here. You got to convert the units. So I got millimeters here, centimeters here. 2 centimeters is the same as 20 millimeters. So 35 times 20 divided by 2. Or 35 times 10 is 350 millimeters squared. Yep. Next one also has different units, doesn't have a picture. Do we really need a picture, right? So 3 feet is 36 inches. So 36 times 7 divided by 2. When I said it doesn't matter the order, you could do 36 divided by 2 like that is 18. And then just do 18 times 7 is 126 inches squared. Base is 4 centimeters, height is 8 millimeters, this would be 40 millimeters. So 40 times 8 divided by 2, or 40 times 4 is 160 millimeters squared. So far so good? Now we're going backwards. So they're telling us that the area is 14. So B times 4 divided by 2 is equal to 14. Or 2B equals 14. So base is 7 millimeters. It's helpful to write out the whole formula. 8 times h divided by 2 equals 12. Or 4h equals 12. Or height is 3. And then don't forget the units, inches. At the bottom, we're either going to add or subtract, right? Total area. So total area, the area of the rectangle is 12 times 7, or 84 feet squared. The triangle is 12 times 5 divided by 2, or 30 feet squared. We know whenever we have total, we always do what? Add or subtract. Right, we add, so 114 feet squared. Here we've got a shaded one, right? So we got the rectangle first. 5 times 11 is 55 centimeters squared. Area of a triangle, 3 times 6 divided by 2 is 9 centimeters squared. And this is a shaded, so we subtract. And 55 minus 9 is 46 centimeters squared. Again, with a parallelogram this time, 8 times 7 is 56 feet squared. Just make sure that you're dividing by 2 on the triangle and not dividing by 2 on parallelograms or rectangles. This is going to be 5 feet squared. Shaded is subtract 51 feet squared. So again, shaded, subtract, total, add. The last one's talking about the ratio of areas and how it compares to our old friend, the scale factor. So the scale factor here is going to be 10 out of 6 reduces to 5 over 3. If I find the area of each triangle, this one would be 10 times 5 divided by 2, or 50 divided by 2, or 25. Here it would be 3 times 6 divided by 2, or 9. So the ratio of the areas is 25 over 9. We might remember before we learned that the ratio of the perimeters is equal to the scale factor. Here, the scale factor squared is equal to the ratio of the areas. Because if I were to multiply 5 thirds times 5 thirds, I would get 25 ninths. The scale factor squared is the ratio of the areas. So that's it. Area of a triangle.